It's the National Football League on EA Sports, as we see the two teams who fought back in Super Bowl 18. It's the Commanders and the Silver and Black, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Hi there everybody, thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard, and we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place, they always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Tyreek McAllister now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Brought in right side. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Man in motion, out of the slot. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. And again, it's Smith. Caught, nice gain left side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll run here on first down. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing. From the 27.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Raiders getting their first shot inside the red zone. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Finds a man right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and just 2 to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. His first throw is an interception. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They give it to him again. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate, every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Play fake here. Daniels bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. That's a pickup of 9. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Caught by Deebo Samuel. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. Now here he goes.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
3rd and short, Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, here's Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Again, Daniels to the air. Intercepted in the end zone. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Here's a give up the middle. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. Past midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They've got a man in motion. Smith on first down. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that. And he's there for the interception. Picked off. That's Bobby Wagner. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And Brock, they are not up to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Raider football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. They'll run the counter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Back to the well again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They go play action. Here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, Smith to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 20-zip lead. Brock Bowers the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Daniels from the pistol. Hit some space around midfield. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Option headed to the left on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Commanders with work to do on 2nd and 12. Here's Daniels. Oh no, they get him yet again! Jermaine Pratt picks it. And the Raiders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
From the gun, Smith. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Smith. His ball's cut by Bowers. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. And again, it's Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Commanders head out now late in the 1st half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He sends this one to the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. Third and 4 coming up now. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Daniels. On the move, headed right. He's running with it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Remain cracked with the play defensively. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 28. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. So on 3rd down, they're going to go ahead and bring him out to try and get 3 here before the half. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he could not break beyond the line, so that's how our half's going to end. We're at halftime here in Vegas. The Raiders defending their building thus far. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was the former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. So that brings up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Back to throw, here's Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Play fake here, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their 1st sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Has a man, it's Brown. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Kate, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd and long for Daniels. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Smith to the air now. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Smith. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a Vegas 1st down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
1st down, Smith to throw. Hits his running back. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running for the marker on 2nd. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll send him up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. They give it to him again. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Give him 1 yard on that play. Another good stop, and that forces 4th and goal.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. It's a chip shot, this one straight ahead. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Option play, here's a give to Eckler. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Give him 4 yards, but no more. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
3rd and short, Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Daniels from the pistol. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Commanders with possession, but they're in a pretty deep hole to start the 4th. Second and 3 now. Throwing now, Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Going right side, Robinson with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped, helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
An option give to Robinson. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Staying with Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders putting up points in a game decided. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you can defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another carry for him. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Commanders set to take over. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the 25 on 2nd down. He finds Brown right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Daniels on 1st down. He gets this one to McLaurin. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Again, Daniels to the air. Finds his target, Robinson. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Commanders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, Daniels. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Dumped off to his running back. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
They've got to keep moving quick here. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. The Commanders think they've got it. Yes, they did get it back. All right, partner, peel back the curtain for everyone who's watched this happen on Sundays. Win looks unlikely, but they're still trying this kick. What is the coach now saying to his offense before they run out there?
I could hear the great Tom Moore, longtime NFL coach, over and over. He would preach to us through the week during the game. Whoever plays the game the hardest, the longest, is going to win. And my goodness gracious, you just recovered an onside kick, so play this game to the final second. That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Throwing now. Complete. It's McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Only 1 timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Daniels. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown, and there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
And now the Commanders face a very important two-point attempt. Back to throw. Forced out to his right. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another two off that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
If you get down here on these two-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Less than 25 seconds to go. This onside try is for the game. And the Raiders able to cover up the onside try. That seals up this game. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. The Raiders nearing a win as he drops to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.